Hey, coaches, welcome to Football Talk with Coach Chip right here on good old YouTube. Last episode, we talked about marrying your quick game, your quick passing game with your run game. And today I want to talk to you about marrying your run game with the fast screens. Before we get started, let's remind you, you need to subscribe, you need to share, you need to like. It helps with those algorithms. Remember, you can reach me at siegel.chip@gmail.com. It'll be down below. Still got the Buck book available out there for all y'all, and got the playbooks available, and those are $20 a piece. Hit me up at the email, and I'll put it down there at the bottom in the comments. And also, we got several freebies, and I'll include those as well down there. And all you got to do to get those freebies is prove you're a subscriber and you have shared the YouTube channel with other coaches and friends and told people about it. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to grow the channel, grow the community, and just keep having a good time. We're, as I record this, we're in the first week of May. Matter of fact, it's Cinco de Mayo, and we're right at the middle point of our spring ball. It's looking real good. Got a bunch of good young talent, some kids that can really play, and I think they're going to fit right in to the system that we're going to have up there. And it's a lot of the things you see on here. Of course, I do everything on here offensively, but a lot of the stuff that I've done in the past, we're doing up there. All right, without any further ado, let's get started by first looking at some diagrams. All right, now right here, what I've done is just power blocking up front. I just took a power play that I already had in the My Just Play program, which, by the way, that's good money. Look that up, My Just Play. It's a little better than the Huddle Playmaker, but it is a little more expensive. But you only pay for it about a year, and because at the time that I bought it, I was kind of in between assignments when I retired, and I wasn't sure where I'd land. And the school that kept me on their Huddle after I retired didn't have the playbook app or the playbook attachment, whatever you want to call it. And so I was looking, how can I do this? And I was doing this YouTube channel. It's way back when I first started a couple years ago. And it's just good money. It's good money. I'm going to try to show you how to do it. I'm still not real good at it, but you can move people around and you copy and paste and copy and just guys, I got thousands. I've had this thing, what, 2 years? And I've got thousands and thousands of plays. And because it goes up in the cloud, I guess it's unlimited, storage capacity, but I love it. But it's My Just Play. They're not paying me a dime. They charge me for this thing. And, but I'm just telling you about it because it's pretty good investment. All right. So what we got here, we got bubble over here. Now here's how I do it. What I'll do is I'll attach the fast screen or the now pass or whatever you want to call that, where you catch it, rip it, and rip it. That's what quarterback does, to a power play. And so when the quarterback comes up, we call it, the receivers know, they don't know who's going to get it because we don't know how the defense is going to line up. We can't say we're going to run bubble, okay? And they're in an alignment that's not good for it. We can't say, and by the way, what I call what the receiver does, like this, fast feet, fast hands, step back, look at the quarterback, boop. I call that a smoke. A friend I used to coach with, when he played with the Colts, they said they called it a smoke, and I said, I used to call it a stand pass. You just stand up and catch it. We ran it back in the old days from under center. We were running split back, veer, and triple. If they were going to play off that split in, catch and run, we just take snap, stand up, and throw it. But that's what we call it, a stand pass. And I call it smokes now. But the receivers don't know who's going to get it to begin with. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give you a tip and let the cat out of the bag how I do it. I don't know that it would help anybody that will play against me. I number the receivers. Okay, and so the quarterback can call out a number. And the thing about it is the kids know their number and they know how the numbers change according, okay, to what the defense is doing. And it's real easy for the kids. And if you don't know what's going on, I've had coaches, like college coaches, be at spring practice and say, what do the numbers mean? I told him, he said, that's pretty cool, coach. And I got it from another college coach. I even told him, I got it from so-and-so. And he said, oh, that's pretty good. It also helps us with some other things too in our passing game. And so the quarterback looks at it, and whether he's going to throw it or not, he calls the number. That way, if the defense figures out when they're calling numbers, they're going to throw the football. So let's say he's out here up tight. So we're not going to throw it. Okay. We're just not going to throw it. They're pressing us. And plus he's out of the box. So now we've got numbers to run power. So we'll just run power. But let's say he's hanging out in here being nosy, is what I like to call it. This guy's playing off a little bit right here. Okay. Playing about 8 yards, about like a lot of cover three corners do. And quarterback looks over there and he said, well, they bounced the power out to here. He can make the play because he's unaccounted for. And so right then he knows he can throw bubble because that's where the leverage is, pre-snap leverage. Same concept you do over here. If this guy's cheating inside, like they want to play something like this and really stop the run, you can throw it out here and leave him one-on-one if you like your matchup with that L receiver right there. Okay, and it's real simple. You just got to practice it, and you got to practice it with the whole team. You just practice it with the receivers and the quarterback. And you say, what about the running back? Well, see, it's a fast screen, so we don't stick it in his gut. Once we make up the mind, because it's pre-snap, we're going to throw it. The quarterback says something to the running back. What I say to the running back is real complicated. Quarterback looks over there at him and says, me, okay? You can't get more complicated than that. So he says, me, and that tells him, don't get in the way. Just come running right through here. Don't touch the quarterback. Don't get close to him. Quarterback's going to catch the ball, rip it, and throw the bubble. Now, I don't run bubble the way they always used to run bubble with he's running sideways, looking back over it. In this case, be his left shoulder. Because I've noticed the kids are a little nervous about that. They don't trust their buddy blocking for him. We just backpedal, and if you want to, you can play this sucker way out here like this and just let him do a smoke. Just let him stand up and catch the football. All right, and that's how we do it. So if this cat is out here, okay, and this one's way off, then we can do the smoke, okay? And we still got an angle, and we can still run the bubble if we want to. Let him block down, because he's MDM, most dangerous man, takes a lot, when you're working don't even work stalks if you're not working MDM, if you throw now screens or fast screens. If you're doing the nows or the fast, you should just include that, let the kids, once you've taught them how to stalk, from that point on, every stalk period should be MDM, whether you got two guys out there and they got to figure out which one's the most dangerous man. All right, now I can't show it to you, and I promise I'm going to do this summer. This is spring of 22. So at some point this summer, in the summer of 22, I'm going to show y'all our screen drill. I had tape of it, and I lost it. And here's what it is. Don't go running if you're the stalker way up here, okay? Don't do that crap, okay? Because the quicker you get to him, the quicker he can beat you. He can't beat you until he meets you. So you want to take your time if he's playing off. Take your time, make him commit. And I'm going to tell you where I got that idea. One year I had to help with soccer. I'll tell you when it was 21 years ago almost. It was 21 years ago this spring we're living in. It was the year of 9/11, and it was 20 years ago because it was the spring of 02. In 9/11, the soccer coach was in the Army Reserve. He was a helicopter pilot, and he got activated back into the regular Army, active Army. And I was just going to be an assistant and just get paid to drive the bus because I had a CDL. I'm one of those guys, that old Jerry Clower joke, the first football game he ever saw, he played in. The first soccer match I ever coached, I was coaching in it. The first soccer match I ever saw in person, I was coaching in it, is what I mean to say. First soccer match I ever saw in person, I was the coach because they said, hey, you got to do it. I was like, oh, crap. Well, but I paid attention to him and what he was teaching the kids, like, don't attack that guy when he's dribbling the ball down the field. When you run up to him, he's going to put a move on you and go. Well, I got to thinking about that, and I said, how do you apply that to football too? And I started teaching my linemen that on like blocking guards or pulling and blocking in space. Don't just go flying up there to him, and just throw yourself at him and all that, because they'll put a move on you. And so we we also took it to our stalk blocks where you can bust off real fast and kind of gear down and go slow and then let this guy commit. And if he commits inside, take him inside. He commits outside, take him outside. And that guy with the football's got to earn his pregame meal too. And so you take your time. And so in the less time you're blocking him, also means the less time you can hold. I mean, there's some referees that's got like an internal clock. It's okay, he's been stalking that guy for 5 seconds. He's got to be holding him by now, and they throw the flag. I don't know that for a fact. It just looks that way to me. And so delay the engagement. The old saying, don't shoot till you see the whites of their eyes. That's what I'm talking about. And so you just play the leverage. So if they're playing way off like this, let him play off because he's still got to come from depth to come up and make the play. So take your time, and the more you delay it, and it don't take near as good a block or near as long a block when you delay it that way. And so that's what I'm talking about. All right. So if you're going to do that, and then you just got to look at the leverage and see who we're going to throw the ball to. If they're going to play him in here, and let's say it's 4-2-5, and they got a safety here and a safety here, like this, something like that, and they're playing him off like that, and this guy's up like this, about 4 or 5 yards, and this guy's cheating in so he can help with the power. Okay, and that's when you'll do this right here. Let him go kick him, and let him do the smoke, boom, and come back right here. Boom. There it is right there. I forgot that I had it on no slide. So that corner's about 4 or 5 off, and this guy's playing in here. You can still do both of them, okay? But you may want to get the ball to the number one receiver out here. And so he'll do, and what I teach him is take 3 or 4 steps in place real fast, moving your hands fast as you can move them like you're playing drums, doing a drum roll, like that. And then just step back, look at the quarterback, show your hands to the quarterback. Quarterback is taught, hit him in the face with it, catch it, tuck it. In this case, he'll come inside and then get back outside. And that's something else I want to stress to you coaches, okay? On the bubble, it's outside. And what you tell these guys, you got one move, get your butt upfield. It is an extension of your run game. Think of it as a long handoff from the quarterback. This is the spread game's toss sweep. Okay, and some coaches don't even run outside plays. They'll tell you the fast screens are a run game. They're our outside run game. And if you got a quarterback that can throw it, and the other thing I recommend is, if at all possible, throw it to the short side of the field. 2 reasons: shorter throw for the quarterback, so the ball's less time in the air. Okay. And another reason is too, your quarterback doesn't have near as strong as arm if he's throwing from the hash into the boundary. Okay. Also, many defenses will set their defense to the field. And so you could take your H, put him to the field right here. So now they're thinking, it's going to be power here or something like that, or put him out here. But it's us, they're thinking buck here. They're going to set their defensive strength to the field. And so you have them outnumbered over here with these two, hopefully. Okay. So there's a few reasons why you throw it into the boundary. Shorter throw. Okay. Which 2 reasons for the shorter throw: ball's less time in the air, less time for the defense to react. And also, you don't have to have a quarterback with a cannon. And then, of course, defenses tend to set a lot of their defenses, they may set their front to the boundary if the strength's to the boundary, but they're probably going to set their DBs or secondary to the field. Not everybody does that. A lot of teams just a 4-4 team or a 3-3 team, and they're going to be even no matter what. They don't give a crap. And that's why you do it. All right, let's look at a couple of videos. I got Tyreek Hill doing some fast screens with the Chiefs and the team. The guy that was on the intro card, Heupel, he's one of the best screen coaches going right now in football. Let's look at him. All right, guys, here we go. Here's a little Tennessee. Heupel does a great job with this. And by the way, the commitment's got to be made by the receivers. They're going to block for each other. I left that out. And you watch Tennessee's receivers. Go back and get on the YouTube and watch those receivers get after people's butts for Tennessee or anybody that's good at running fast screens. Of course, I live in the deep South, and so we get a ton of SEC games, SEC network, all that good stuff. And that's why, obviously. And then I went back and looked at some Missouri stuff when Heupel was the OC there, same thing. Went back, looked Central Florida when he was the HC there, same thing. They make a commitment. You got to have a brave receiver, that's going to, and trusting. And you got to have blockers. They got to block for each other. They got to block for each other. All right, let's watch. Boom, see, catch it and throw it. Catch and release, catch and release, catch and release. Okay? Just going to let it roll. Here you see the end zone shot. Watch the quarterback catch it and get rid of it. Grip it and rip it. Boom, right there. It's out, just like a shortstop turning two in softball or baseball. Bam. Of course, you're throwing to number 10. He's quicker than a hiccup. All right, back to Tennessee. Josh Heupel's bunch. Look, flip his hips, get it out there. Look at the guy in front blocking. You got to have a commitment to blocking. All right, more Tennessee. Watch this. Boom, catch it, get rid of it. Guys, it's just a toss sweep. Okay, it's a long handoff. That's all there is to it. All right, until next time. Y'all know what I like to say. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share, and be elite.